Welcome back to my channel. My name is Masha. I am the Wonder Woman within, and I know I've taken a little bit of a break from this channel, but I'm super excited to have you back with me to share some life updates and a few pieces of wisdom that this thing called life taught me. So if you're interested, please keep watching. So I'm not quite sure what I will title this video, but it's going to be about relationships. It's going to be about my marriage, and it's going to be about the end of my marriage as well. I know, speaking from a year ago, you probably saw this video. Whatever is meant to be will be. I truly believe in that. And if it's not with this current partner you're with, it might be with another partner that's even better for you, for your growth, for your life, for your children. We don't want to get married to get divorced, right? That is not something we do when we say our vows. But I believe every person in our life has a gift to teach us a lesson. And I hope and I will do my best to be the best wife I can be with my husband. But things change, and I hope that we live 50 plus years together, and I love him dearly, and I will continue doing the work and grow as a human being. But I do have faith that people come in our lives for a reason, and they also leave our lives for a reason. I am extremely happy right now. I'm very excited about starting our life. We are going on a hunt, and it was really interesting for me to rewatch that video, knowing that a part of me was ready for some type of an ending, whether it was with my relationship or with that old version of myself, old Masha. And it's really mysterious almost how sometimes we don't listen to that small part of us that is always there, our intuitive self, if you will, especially women. We have this gift called intuition, and if anything, I learned from this experience that we need to pay attention to it more versus what everything around us is saying. The society, the friends, the family, all the things we're supposed to do, right, should be doing by this time of our life. I don't want to say checking in the boxes does not sound very romantic or respectful to my ex, but it is something that we're conditioned to do. And I will get into a couple of points that I hope you can learn from my journey, from my experience. I'm not here to trash my ex or say don't get married or divorce is a terrible thing. That's not what I'm here to message on, but this is more about sharing my journey. So hopefully if you want to learn more, please keep watching. So I know when I share my journey of last year, 2023, most people get really confused because I share with them that I got married literally April 3rd, 2023. So I believe when this video will come out, it's going to be April 3rd, 2024, literally 1 year after I got married. Now, we didn't really make it to the 1 year anniversary, and that was because of me. It was because of my initiative. So I take full responsibility for taking that step and filing for divorce just 5 months later in September of 2023. I would like to keep most of it personal, but there are a couple of reasons. And the biggest one, I think, was listening more to myself, what I felt was missing for me, and what I felt, the type of relationship, the type of connection, the type of treatment I thought that I deserved. And we had several conversations with my ex-husband about this, and he took responsibility for a lot of things that he could have done, should have done, but his focus was on other things in his life. So I'm not going too into detail, but again, that is between us, and I want to keep it private. But a lot of it came through actually journaling. A lot of it came through just being in a quiet space by myself versus all the noise that was happening, with planning my small wedding, getting the marriage license, and planning the Costa Rica honeymoon. and then the photo shoot, you can get really lost in just kind of like a train of wedding and celebration that kind of picks you up, and for a while you forget even, why are you doing this? Is it something that we're conditioned on? And I truly believe we are. It's a lot of times it's not our fault. As little girls, most of us do plan our weddings, during weddings, having that dream dress. And did I have my dream wedding? No, it was very small, but it was enough for me and my ex-husband. And it was just mutual friends and family, 10 people celebrating a nice dinner. We had a really lovely photo shoot with my friend Yana, and also just got the marriage license and had really nice dinner afterwards. So it wasn't anything fancy at all. But I do want to say that since I was a little girl coming from Eastern Europe, Ukraine, Russia, if you're from that part of the world, you probably know a saying that if you ever hurt yourself, especially as a woman, a little girl, if you get a bruise or a scab or some type of a injury, a lot of times grandma will come up to you or your mom and say, "Don't worry, honey, it'll heal by the time you get married." So what does that translate to you as a little girl? That all your problems, all your bruises, all your worries will go away once you get married. That's intense conditioning. And I know that was not intention of my grandma or my mother when they said that, but that's just a tradition. That's just something that's passed on from generation to generation, that, everything will be happy and wonderful once you get married. So maybe that was the subconscious conditioning I had when I was in pursuit of that ring, in pursuit of that wife status, in pursuit of having that house together. I thought that was once you made it. But I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot that what I was missing. And it, going back before I met my ex-husband was literally 4 years ago when COVID started. It was April of 2020. So we've been together for 3.5 years before we got married. It wasn't just a kind of a Vegas wedding. We lived together for a few years. I built a pretty strong relationship with his boys, his whole family. I met his mom. We went to Poland, where he's from. So there was a lot of history there. And I honestly, there's so many things I want to share about what I think of the marriage institution and whether I get married or not. That is not in my hands anymore. I feel like I'm not against it, but I'm definitely not in a rush to get married again. And there's a couple reasons why. I was single for 5 years before I met my ex-husband. I was very picky. I was very selective on who I was dating because I do want to become a mother, and still I want to become a mother. At age of 39 and a half, I'm turning 40 in September of this year, 2024. I'm turning 40 and I still have hopes and dreams of becoming a mother one day. Not because I need somebody to take care of me when I'm older. I got me. I want to leave beautiful humans that have a little piece of Masha in them. And I'm very selective who I want the father of those children to be. And I'm very happy that I'm speaking about it now, because it feels like when I speak about it in the video, somehow it just manifests. Even when that video I recorded about I got married and how I felt at that time and how I was, I don't believe until death do us apart. And look what happened. Here I am. And I still don't believe until the death do us apart, because we are reborn every few years. We are a different human being with different beliefs, different mindset, maybe different body, different experiences. Life takes you through different twists and turns, and it's impossible to remain the same person, especially if you are into growth and involvement and experiences and meeting people. They will adjust who you are. You will evolve into a different human being. So I think it's important to keep falling in love with yourself, but also with that person next to you. And that partner will evolve with you. It's not going to be the same person. So if you expect to be have the same person next to you for the rest of your life, might as well not get married, because usually that doesn't happen. That's what I believe in. And I was very selective on who I was dating, and it took 5 years, most of my 30s. I was looking for that guy, the one, and I thought I found him with my ex-husband, but there was a lot of illusion I think I built in my head. And when I was watching a lot of stories, a lot of pictures, a lot of movies from all of our trips and memories that we've built together, I felt like sometimes I was the only one present. And it's not his fault. I know there's a lot of things he was working through, and a lot of situations happened in the time we were together, but I feel like I deserve better. I deserve better. And I feel like I realized it, I don't want to say too late, because maybe it was necessary for us to enter into the agreement with the government, with the marriage license. We did not get married in church, only the marriage license, for me to realize that I was not in a partnership that was nourishing to me, where I felt safe to open up. I felt very unseen. I felt very unheard. I felt like I just didn't matter. And if he's watching it right now, he knows that. And it's really not a beautiful place to be when you feel like you just got married, but you still feel unseen, you feel unheard. Maybe you can relate to me. If you do relate to me, please comment down below. I would love to see your stories. This is not a pity party. This is about exchanging information and your lessons and your wisdom, and becoming a more truer version of yourself. And I don't want to say happier, because it's definitely not rainbows and flowers after divorce. If you have gone through a divorce, you know how hard it can be. But I do believe that if you are staying true to yourself and putting yourself first, you will always win. That's what I still believe in strongly. Because I filed for divorce in September, and it was finalized when I was visiting Mexico in December. So just 3 months later, and it was the state of Colorado. So most people like that live in California, I know for a fact, I know their divorce rate is like through the roof. I'm not judging California or anything, but I know it's it's a process to go through it. For me, it was 3 months. We didn't share property, we didn't share kids. It was very straightforward. He was very amicable through the process, which I really, really grateful for. So thank you for being so graceful and understanding through it all. Of course, there was moments, but I think we were able to talk it through. From what I've heard, which was kind of a jab in my heart, he's already dating somebody else, and God bless him and her. And I hope they have a wonderful future together. I'm not dating anybody. I have not dated anybody 6 months later. It's April, and I have not dated anybody since then. And I'm not planning, I'm not entertaining anybody right now. I'm focusing more on my craft. The reason I'm here is because I genuinely love making these videos for you guys. I want to get more creative with my content. I want to talk more about deeper subjects, about health, about emotional wellness, about energy work, about travel, all of that. And I'm curious if you're interested in anything, please let me know in the comments. I want this to be more of a dialogue, not a monologue. I want to interact more with my audience. So that is the truth that I wanted to share about my divorce. Nothing extreme. There's no scandals. There's no custody battles. I'm gonna knock on wood here or here. And basically the hardest part was actually after the divorce, when I packed all of my stuff in my CRV with my French Bulldog, Lucy. Everything I could fit in there. Just literally grabbed my stuff from the closet, put my underwear, socks, and bags, two suitcases, my vibroacoustic mat that I use for work, and that's pretty much it. That's all I took with me. I left everything else at the house. And yeah, I feel like the biggest test for me has been, since divorce, is spending a lot of time with myself, with my thoughts, with my heart, with my parts. I do parts work, as you know, with internal family systems, and just making sure all of those parts are nourished, and I'm spending time with them. I have been focusing on my health, going to the gym, working with a trainer. I have been focusing on teaching the somatic practice called Body Stories. All of that is shared in my description underneath this video. So if you're interested, we will have a live event actually in a couple weeks in April, so you're more than welcome to come. A lot of times it can be really hard because we're conditioned to produce and always do something and, you know, just be there for everybody. And I remember like cleaning the house, working 2 jobs part-time, making dinner, and none of that exists anymore. So sometimes I do feel like I'm driving myself crazy. Like, what do I do with myself? What do I do with all this time? And I know it's a gift because soon when I become a mother, when I have my retreat center, my bed and breakfast, that's not going to be the case. So I feel like God is definitely blessing me with this time to rest, recharge, reevaluate what is truly important for me in my future and the direction I want to go. And then, like I said, it's not easy. I don't know anybody here. I only know my landlord and the 2 dogs that I live with. And that's pretty much it. So at times it does get lonely. At times it does I crave that intimacy. I crave that interaction, connection, you know, little kids' voices, laughter in the house. I do miss that. But I know it's coming, and I have full faith that God is guiding me in the right direction. And I'm trying to honestly let go and let God lead at this time. So I hope my story inspired you that if you are not happy in a relationship or a situation, whether it's a job or where you live or the partner you're with or a friendship you're with, there is light on the other side, and it does take courage to go there. But as long as you are showing up for you, for the rest of your life, if you are making yourself a priority, your happiness, your peace, your authenticity a priority, I promise you, you will find it better on the other side. God bless you, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.